intercepted. Darius Slay with a pick. And the Eagles are going to get the football here as the ball will come out to the 20. A young quarterback, Charles, rolling to his right. I know he's right-handed, but is that one that maybe a veteran sticks in his pocket?
I think so, but you have to remember with young quarterbacks, it may take a few years before they get all the stuff out of them that they did earlier in their career or even in their college days when they were used to being dominant. In this case, the NFL veteran defense ended up winning the battle.
Second down, here's Jalen Hurts. Oh, the ball comes out on the hit, but they'll say it's incomplete.
A couple of quick incompletions, and now they're just one more away from getting off the field. They've got options now. Could they dial up a blitz here or just drop everyone into coverage to crowd the throwing lanes?
Man open left side is Brown. And they will stop him short. They get him to the ground at the 27, no first down.
One hallmark of good defenses is understanding the game, understanding positioning, and tackling immediately in the secondary after catches. I think we just saw that on display right there.
Got to him before he ever had a chance to think. And now the up man has it. It's a fake. And he's not going to get to the marker. And that's a turnover on downs. A little trickeration there, but it doesn't fool this defense. And the Texans take over an excellent field position. Play action. Stroud now. And a big loss here as he's taken down. The Texans going to signal for their third and final timeout as they'll stop it with exactly a minute to go before halftime. Now this one from about 2 counties over after the sack. They come up on a second and very long. Stroud working out of the gun. And he'll get this underneath to Singletary. They'll wind up getting just a yard out of it. And they're going to be staring at a third and long here. Play action. Here's Stroud. He lets this one fly toward the back of the end zone. And that will be incomplete. They weren't scared to let it fly, but it falls to the ground and brings up 4th down.
Well, partner, given where that drive started, that's an excellent job defensively to force them into 4th down.
And how about this? 4th and long, and they're going to go for it. Stroud off the play fake. And he's brought down. Can't do anything with a football. It's a sack and a turnover on downs. The Texans tried it, but they come up empty here on 4th. And that will force a turnover on downs. On 1st and 10, it's Hurts. That one almost intercepted, but it's incomplete. Not a good throw there, and it'll be 2nd down. Here's Hurts to throw. And this is caught. It's Brown. And he goes down, but not before getting this inside the 25. They'll throw on 1st down with Hurts. Dancing to his left. And he'll take it down here just shy of the 15 at the 16-yard line. And with just 1 second remaining in the first half, they'll call the timeout. And unless this is a quick incompletion, this is likely the last play here of this first half. That flag accepted, and it backs the offense up a little bit. So with 1 second left in the half, on is the field goal unit. On the left hash mark, this a 38-yard attempt. The kick by Elliott is good, and that will do it for this first half. So 2 quarters down, 2 remain. Charles and I return after the break. Welcome back. Halftime over. We are ready for quarter number 3. Alongside Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin. Both teams appear ready for the fight ahead, and we resume action here in quarter number 3. A gutsy call there. Yates at the locker room with a lead. Tried the onside kick. It didn't work.
And you just wonder what the gain was there. They were already in the lead. They were in control of the game. They may have given momentum now to their opponent and maybe kick-started things going in the opposite direction.
Here's a 2nd down and 7 from the 37. Throwing now is Stroud. He'll get this to Devin Singletary out of the backfield. This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on 3rd down. And Stroud now to throw. A short one going to be taken in here by Schultz. And he is going to have a Texans first down. At least it would appear that way. He didn't get it by much, but yes, they do get the conversion on 3rd and 1. Short throw into the hands of Jordan. A beautiful spin and room to run. And he's down into the red zone at the 15 after a gain of 15. 1st and 10. And movement here by one of the Texans up front. In comes the flag. A false start backs him up 5. 1st and 15. Stroud will look to throw once more. Over the middle, complete. It's Schultz. So just 3 yards on the completion there. And it's 2nd down. Here's Stroud. That's caught again by Schultz. So the pitch and catch good for 11. And now 1 yard to go on 3rd down. And now the Eagles going to signal for a timeout. It's just their first, so 2 remaining as they burn one here in this 3rd quarter. This will be play number 7 on the drive. 3rd and a yard. They'll try and run for this with Singletary. He didn't get the touchdown, but he did get the first down as he's tackled at the 1. Singletary will take this one in for a Texans touchdown.
And that's a step in the right direction. This had the feeling of one of those turning point kind of drives. If you come up empty there, it could be a long road back. But they persevered and hung around, and they closed the gap here in the 3rd quarter with their first touchdown of the game.
But D'Amico Ryans, even with the defensive mindset, he'll elect to go for 2 here. They'll give it to the fullback up the middle. And he will bull his way in there for the 2 points. Nothing fancy there on that 2-point try. Give it to the big boy, let him go to work.
That almost felt like sandlot football that we used to play, didn't it? Biggest guy on your team who can carry the ball, hand it to him and let him rumble.
Nobody picked me on the sandlot football team.
You were quarterback, and I know better.
I was the water boy. So after the touchdown, here's Fairbairn now to kick it away. And the drive will begin at the 25 as Scott is going to stay in the end zone. Already at the line, this Philly offense set to go. Their lead down to 2 scores after the touchdown a moment ago as they start with a 1st and 10. And not much to speak of. Call it a 1-yard gain up to the 26. In the first half, he was held in check on the ground, but despite that lack of production, they still have the lead.
Yeah, and they've got to feel fortunate about that. If they could actually get production from their lead horse, that would help open up this offense and widen this margin, too.
Oh, that's into double coverage and intercepted. Picked off by Denzel Berryman. And his guys will take over at the 30-yard line. So 1st and 10 now from the 30. Stroud. Play to the tight end, Saubert. And he stopped right at the 25 after a gain of 5. So from the 25, this is 2nd and 5. A give up the middle to Singletary. And he'll fight forward maybe to the line of scrimmage, but that's all. They had great starting position to begin the drive, but now they look up at a 3rd and 5. Now flags will come in. I think this one's going to be on the defense for jumping. A bit of a jump there, CD. He breaks the line, and that'll be 5 yards.
And you've got to stay more disciplined than that, Brandon. That's just a free gift to the offense.
Escaping the pressure right. And that is incomplete.
Well, defensively, they haven't let him just sit in the pocket and get comfortable, and that's opposite a lot of game plans in today's NFL. Ordinarily, you're trying to keep the quarterback hemmed in. In this case, they brought the heat, and if he flushes out, they're fine with that, and they force another incompletion.
Needing the tough yards, they run it with their fullback. And he'll have the 1st down, getting this one to the 14-yard line. Pierce takes it straight ahead. And he'll get this one down to about the 10-yard line. 7 yards left for 2nd down. Ball at the 10. And they'll go right back to Pierce. And the stop will come inside the 5 at the 4. This will be play number 7 on the drive. 3rd and a yard. And they'll let their fullback try and push the punt. Touchdown, Texans. Andrew Beck taking it in from 4 yards out. And the Texans are able to cut into this deficit here in the final minute of the 3rd. They'll give it to the fullback up the middle. And he will bowl his way in there for the 2 points. So after the touchdown, here's Fairbairn now to kick it away. Boston Scott on the return from his end zone. And that decision to bring it out ends up not being a good one. Costs him about 5 yards as he's tackled at the 20. The Eagles offense set to begin their next drive. Their lead down to a field goal now as they start with a 1st and 10. And he's going to get a solid gain of 9 before being brought down. 2nd and right at a yard. Give him 9 on the carry that time, and they're set up with a 2nd and 1. And they're not going to get to the line to run another play. So we will switch ends as the 3rd quarter has come to a close. We'll return with more after this break. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. On 2nd down, Gainwell looking for space. Oh, he faked it with a juke. Now he's got to take it down, but not before they work it across midfield. That's good for 21 yards and a 1st down. They'll send a receiver here in motion right. Now they'll fake it there on the jet sweep, and instead, here's Swift. Well, they nearly sprung him that time as he takes this all the way down to the 37. Another strong gain on the last 2 plays. They've moved it a combined 33 yards.
Well, it is our business to analyze what we saw out there, and on that play, I saw a defense staying in base, not taking a chance, not blitzing, in a situation where they absolutely need the football back. That's either a case of overthinking it or not thinking it through.
If you do blitz, do you have to be careful about where you're coming from, or are you just coming from all angles?
You have to be careful about where you're coming from, obviously, but at this stage, you have to take a few chances as well.
1st down, and they go with Swift again. And he sneaks his way forward only for a couple here. 2nd down.
Looks like they're establishing a pretty good pattern here because they've been very heavy in the running game on the last 4 plays.
Yeah, you took the words right out of my mouth. So far, 4 plays in this drive, all 4 on the ground. Clock continuing to run. They'll probably wind this all the way before snapping it on 2nd down. Hurts going to keep it running right. And not much running room. Down to the 32. He'll wind up getting 3 on the keeper there, but it leads to a 3rd down.
And if you like defensive football, focus on the defensive end on this play. He does everything exactly right. Make sure he spills it for a small gain.
The Eagles on 3rd down, 2 for 5 to this point. This will be 3rd and 5. A carry here for the big tight end. And he's able to get the first here as he's taken down at the 25. An effective 7-yard 3rd down conversion. And that looked like some pretty easy yardage there right up the gut.
And he's a guy that has some height to him. So when you don't have to drop a shoulder or create or get through contact or trash, makes it a lot easier to stay upright, see the field, and make a run as we just saw there.
They're not totally home free yet, but it's looking good as they come up 1st and 10. They hand off to their big tight end. And he's tackled a yard short of the marker. Good gain of 9 on 1st down. Another yard would probably put this thing in the books. It's 2nd and 1. They're going to go with a tight end here on the running play. And he'll get it here to the 10-yard line. And now right out of the 2-minute break, we'll get a timeout used defensively with 1:56 to go. I'm assuming they're keeping this football on the ground, right?
I would think so, because you're looking at the clock. They look at the geography of the field, right? Where you are, that's in your favor as well. Keep it on the ground. Keep pounding. Run that clock down. You got everything working in your direction.
Here's Swift. And he's going to be brought down just shy of the 5 at the 6. Now the Texans will use one of their 2 remaining timeouts as they'll talk things over prior to this upcoming 2nd down play. On the sneak, it's Hurts. Trying to find a lane, but instead he'll get back to the line of scrimmage and no more. The Texans going to signal for their 3rd and final timeout as they'll head to the sideline and talk over what to do next. A lot of tired bodies on that field, but this is a big play, 3rd and goal. Here's a fake on the jet sweep, and instead a give up the middle. And they'll get him down here at about the 5-yard line. Such a long drive here. 3 points. That would be a disappointment, but I don't know if you can go for it here, can you?
Well, you know, the defense was really giving them a lot all the way downfield, and now they've stiffened. Forget that bend, don't break. Now they don't even want to let them get a yard, do they? So in this spot, you remember what the coaches told us before the ball game? Any drive that ends with a kick is going to be okay with us, whether it's a punt, a field goal, or an extra point. Take the field goal right here.
The kick by Elliott is good, and that will add 3 more to their lead. It pushes it up to 6. So they get the 3, but you wonder now, is that going to be enough?
Excellent question, because when I look at the smiles on that side of the field, they're a little tight, aren't they? If they had scored a touchdown there, those would be big half-moon grins right now, because they'd feel a whole lot better about their position.
And a touchdown in the other direction, all of a sudden they're down. And a nice return sets him up pretty good here right at the 30-yard line. They'll come up 1st and 10 here. Stroud to throw it. Oh, and that's going to sabotage their comeback plans. Now he's hit on the return. It's a loose football. And he's free going down the left side. It's a foot race. Well, do you want to unpack that one, or do you want me to?
You're the boss.
We get the interception, then really he's just too loose with the football on the return, and he coughs it right back up the other way.
I've seen this happen in an NFL game, and boy, did it cost someone. San Francisco at Atlanta a few seasons ago. Atlanta throws the interception. San Francisco runs it back. Game is salted away. Fumbles on the return.
And he is in as they have tied it late here in the final minute of the fourth quarter. Well, nothing fancy there, Charles. You had 3 tight ends on the field. They were going to run the football. The defense knew it, but the defense couldn't stop them.
And I haven't met an offensive line yet that doesn't get more satisfaction out of running.
Dick, nigga, if you can hear me, you sucking suck ass, bitch. How you up your ass? Oh.
And it's no good. He missed it. And the game remains tied. This one, all we could have asked for. All tied, final minute as the kick's away here. And with time a factor here late, he'll just take a knee and they'll start things out at the 25. Here's 1st and 10. Play action. Here's Hurts. Eluding the pressure right. And he can't get a throw off. He's taken down. What a huge play at this point in the game. They'll come up now on 2nd down. They run behind center with Gainwell. Oh, what a nice tackle there. That will hardly move the needle at all offensively. A very short gain.
Well, that's not a run that's going to make any of the highlight tapes, but they've been moving it well all game on the ground. This is another one that keeps them moving forward.
Here now a 3rd down and 8. Hurts sets up to throw it. And that's complete to Brown. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across. Midfield.
And this is obviously a spot where you lean on your stars. Get the ball to them in open space and let them do what they do.
And we need overtime to decide this one after 4 quarters of play. We're all even. The extra session in a moment. This is the NFL on EA Sports. So it's the Eagles who will get the first chance to go down and find a winner as they'll get it here, and we are back underway. Scott on the return out of the end zone. And only able to get this to the 19, so probably should have opted for the touchback. Already at the line, this Philly offense set to go. They'll start on the ground with Swift. And he'll be taken down at the 20 after a gain of just 1. Short gain there to start overtime.
Almost a tester play, wasn't it? Wanted to see if the guys on defense were going to fit the gaps the correct way, because we're in overtime. So it's not just physical tiredness out there, right? Mentally, are you still doing what you're supposed to do? And they were up to the task on that play.
And certainly fatigue on both sides of the football. 66 yards rushing for him now as he is just trying to will his guys to an overtime victory. On 1st and 10, it's Swift. And he'll take this ahead for about 4. 2nd down coming up.
And that was a quality play to start a new set of downs. That was simply an offensive line winning the battle up front and winning in a big way and giving their guy in the backfield a nice lane to hit.
On 2nd down, Swift. And he'll rumble for about 5, up close to the 40.
And there we saw one of the downsides of blitzing during a rundown, because sometimes you get out of your gaps. You don't fit the run quite as well because you're headed towards the ball carrier with abandon.
They've got the jumbo set out there. A huge play in this overtime session. It's 3rd and inches. They're going to run this with a tight end. And he's got the 1st down yardage as he brings this up to the 47. A strong 8 yards will keep this drive rolling. A couple of 1st downs on the drive already, as they'll go from the 47 now on 1st down. Oh, and it's intercepted. Derek Stingley picks it. And the Texans are going to have it with a chance to win the game here in overtime. Boy, that's a tough one right there, CD. They fought back to tie it, to send it to overtime, had all the momentum, and then that interception.
That fighting spirit, those fighting plays that got them back into it, maybe a little too aggressive there, throwing the interception, and now they've opened the door to get beat by a field goal coming back the other way.
Here now, 2nd and 4. Singletary again. And slow going there as he'll only get a yard, maybe, up to the 41. Coming up here looking for 3 yards to pick up the 1st. They'll try and run for this with Singletary. And a pretty good burst there as he'll get this across midfield and down to the 46. They'll run on 1st down with Singletary. And he picks up about 6 as he gets this down to the 41. 2nd down and 4. Singletary, they'll go up the middle. Able to push forward for about 4 down to the 37. Here comes 3rd and about a foot. Now a timeout called for by the defense. They'll be left with just 1 remaining here at OT. And they'll go jet sweep to try to pick it up. Defensively, they had that one pretty well figured out.
Yeah, and one of the things about this play, it can be even more effective when you run a lot of motion, and there's plenty of times you don't hand it off.
A big call here in overtime. They're going for it on 4th down. Needing the tough yards, they run it with their fullback. And he is going to have a Texans 1st down. And they get it easily. A gain of 5 on 4th and 1. And he's going to take this one down to the 25. From the 25, here's 2nd down and 3. They've gone to their fullback quite a bit. He'll get it again. And he'll be brought down inside the 20 at the 19. Now a timeout called for by the offense. They'll be down to just 1 remaining as we step aside here in overtime. All runs on this drive so far. It's 1st and 10. They'll give to the fullback on the dive. And he'll go down here at the 12-yard line. Now the timeout comes here in the waning seconds of this overtime as we could be set up at long last for a potential game winner. And now this game's going to come down to the right leg of their kicker. This to win it in overtime. And he got it. The kick is good in overtime. He's able to split the uprights. And the Texans are going to win the football game. And for the visitors, it is going to be a